your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, all is calm, albeit a warm Monday, or actually, how about Tuesday? We're Tuesday here. We already got past the Monday, didn't we? But we're looking at more storms that may develop. Look what's happening in Iowa. Those storms are going to press into far west central Illinois later tonight. Will they hold together is still the question. I think that some of you, especially our northern counties, may find some thunderstorms here later on. 85 in Champaign, 86 in Springfield. Most of you probably stay dry, though. But again, we'll highlight those specific areas under the gun for storms, and then we talk about some big heat for the rest of the week coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
Small amounts of legal marijuana are coming to Illinois, but so is a warning why you could still get in trouble between now and New Year's. Coming up.
They're crossing the barriers and going around fences and jumping fences.
Construction areas are no place to play. Which ones have become a dangerous walkway to get from here to there?
Could the Landmark Hotel be making a comeback? Why the latest proposal may just open these doors.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
We're hitting the reset button on the war on drugs.
That's after Governor Pritzker signed a bill into law today, making Illinois the 11th state to legalize small amounts of marijuana. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. The law goes into effect at the start of the new year. We have team coverage for you tonight. Our Capitol Bureau Chief Mark Maxwell is live in Chicago, where the governor signed the bill into law today. Gabrielle Franklin is live in our Capitol newsroom. First, we're headed to Mark. So, the governor says it was the right thing to do.
Jennifer, especially considering the many millions of American lives caught up in the war on drugs, one supporter put it this way, that everyone or many people have smoked marijuana, but in our system, the wrong people were getting paid and the wrong people were getting punished.
Wealthy white men would get rich, and black men would get arrested.
The war on cannabis has destroyed families, filled prisons with nonviolent offenders, and disproportionately disrupted black and brown communities.
What we are doing here is about reparations. This is about repairing harm that's been done to communities for the last 40 years as a part of the failed war on drugs.
That harm is very real, and the number is big. In Illinois, it's in the hundreds of thousands. Consider this, out of all the men, women, and children in the state, 1 out of 40 of them will see their criminal or arrest records wiped clean. That's huge. That's historic. It's unlike anything we've seen anywhere in the country, including the states that have legalized it. There are still strict rules in place, especially if you're under 21. You're caught with marijuana of any amount under 21. You could lose your driver's license. There are other rules, too. If you're caught in driving impaired or smoking marijuana in public spaces, that's banned. And your employer can still make you take a drug test and can fire you if you fail it. So, Jennifer, perhaps issue a warning to Kevin Lighty there to take this easy. It's not a party just yet. Also, there's a Rolling Stones concert just across the way here at Soldier Field tonight. You may see some of the people walking behind me. And judging just by the aroma in the air, I don't think everyone has waited until New Year's to start the party just yet.
I was going to say that about the people behind you. All right, thank you so much. Now, when it comes to tax revenue from the marijuana industry in Illinois, the Department of Revenue projects it'll generate more than $57 million in fiscal year 2020. That jumps to more than $140 million in fiscal year 2021 and to more than $253 million in fiscal year 2022. The governor and lawmakers are calling the legislation the most equity-centric law involving marijuana in the entire country.
Yeah, on top of expunging almost 700,000 records, the bill also creates a program aimed to revive communities where some of those people getting a fresh start will be re-entering. We continue our team coverage now with WCIA 3's Gabrielle Franklin. So, Gabrielle, how could this law provide new opportunities for some?
Well, Paul, criminal justice advocates made sure that some of the millions projected to be brought in through that marijuana revenue goes back to communities that have a history of violence and systemic issues. The marijuana bill establishes a program called R3 that stands for Restore, Reinvest, and Renew. Under the law, a board led by Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton and made up of lawmakers from both parties around the state will assign areas that are eligible for grant funding based on data showing the highest rates of factors like gun violence, unemployment, and poverty. Advocates with the Illinois Justice Project say it's not a total fix, but it is a start.
The idea is not to have the state come in and tell them what they need, but to get them at the table with the state to talk about what they think their problems are and what the best way it would be to resolve and help them revitalize their communities.
The program will receive 25% of the remaining cannabis revenue after administration and costs for expungement are met. It could amount to around $10 million in the first year. Now, the spotlight often shines on Chicago when you think about gun violence in the state, but advocates say that areas around central Illinois will likely see some money also, as lawmakers are focused on making this a statewide effort. Paul?
All right, Gabrielle, thanks. Now, 2 people are behind bars in Coles County on drug charges. 43-year-old Susan Evans and 34-year-old Alicia Jones, both of Tuscola, were charged with possession of meth. Police say they were arrested after a traffic stop yesterday. Both were taken to the Coles County Jail.
A Lovington man is facing drug charges. Several departments carried out a search warrant on Terry Bartley's home. He was arrested for delivering meth and having heroin under 15 grams. Bartley was also wanted for breaking parole. Springfield police have made an arrest in a deadly stabbing. Witnesses told police 3 people walked into a home. Then they confronted 31-year-old Max Oglesby about stealing $100. Police say 39-year-old Cody Weller stabbed Oglesby several times. He's been arrested for murder.
We have an update on the man accused of stabbing and killing Holly Casano. She was stabbed 60 times and sexually assaulted in her home in Mahomet in 2009. Michael Henslick was arrested in August 2018. Police said when they arrested him, he confessed. Henslick later pleaded not guilty in October 2018. His pretrial hearing was today. His pretrial has been continued to July 23rd.
It's become a shortcut of sorts. What bridge construction has become dangerous to those trying to cross it.
Also tonight.
There have been a lot of kind of half-hearted, low-budget attempts.
So could this be the real deal? Why things may finally be looking up for this old landmark.
A relatively normal day across central Illinois. Take a look at this. The high temperature was 86. The average is 85. The low 61. Average 63. So really close on both of those numbers there. We're going to be going well above that here soon. On the Roofing Dog iNet Flooring America weather camera, hey, a couple storms still possible tonight. We'll talk about the heat returning and some of the warmest so far we've been this year coming up next.